Okay, we have the door lock mechanism out, and here is the A1 electric right hand door solenoid actuator, and there's where it hooks onto the door lock mechanism. And notice, and they do tell you this in the instruction, notice that the wire for the actuator goes behind this cable. If you was to put it on the wrong side, then it's going to be rubbing your cable and probably going to cause some premature failure at that somewhere in there. So just so you make note of that if you install this. Now also, while looking at this, I had kind of an epiphany, I guess. There's a lot of slack. That hole is quite a bit bigger than the wire, so I put some wire insulation on it to just help with padding. We'll see how it works long term. It looks okay now. If it fails at some point, then I'll report on that. If I have a bad idea, I don't mind telling people. Like I said, this is information that I hope helps somebody along the way. While I have this out, we'll go ahead and look at some of the routing that I did for my cabling. Okay, like I said, I also bought the tailgate version of this. So okay, the actuator for the tailgate is behind this panel. Okay, I'm not going to bother taking it out because the instructions show how the aluminum is made, and you just bolt it and it shows you where to hook the wire. Now the actual wires will pull this off, which is just clips. I mean, you can see right there how they come out. It's not a big deal. And you pull the wire through this little canvas sleeve, and it goes behind here. Now, here's where things kind of get interesting, and if you have large hands like I do, it's going to be a problem. You're just going to have to bleed a little bit. Sorry. You take, to get in behind here, you take this off, which just lifts up with your body panel tool. It's just little snaps, nothing to it. Then you take this back piece off, which is also just snaps. You don't even need the body panel tool for this. You can see that it'll just pop apart. There's nothing really holding that. When you get that apart, you take this screw and this screw out, which is a T25 or T30. I can't remember right offhand, but one or the other. You'll be needing both, so you'll have it. Then there is also a 8mm bolt down under here. My little finger is actually touching it right there. That is connected to this piece of the trim. This piece will come out as one unit, this whole piece right here. Okay, and then your cabling goes around right through here. That carpet does not fasten, it just falls down. You can see, you can just pull it right there. See, there's my wire. That is my wire for the actuator on the rear tailgate. Goes up to that roll bar pillar. Now to put this back, it just kind of folds over and it just sits there. It's preformed, so you don't have to worry about it falling out. There's no clips or anything for it. It's just there. Okay, so now you're going to use one of your body panel tools, and you're going to pull those clips out. That one, and that one. Those all pulled out. Then there's another clip made onto this that fastens on the back side, and you just pull it forward. Then you will pull this clip out. Now, here's where it gets kind of interesting. You kind of need to be an octopus right here, because you have to lift this up and get it past this edge. And then this, while you're pulling on it, if you pull out hard enough, it will pop off. But if you pull it out past here and you can slide it backwards, it will also come off that way. So now my wire, okay, let's take out the glove box and I can show you kind of, okay, here we go. Now I would suggest laying out the wire first and pulling enough wire to go to the tailgate and lay it in from here, from this point right here, go back to your tailgate with this one gray wire, and then you'll take your wiring harness, and I come up behind the air box, routed it in front of this to the front section there. You can kind of see it there where it goes in behind there. Then the gray wire with the whole cable harness went that way. Okay, that was the interesting part. You will need something to fish that wire through there. I had a piece of nylon rod that just pushed through. I was able to push through and find a magic little hole to get me through. Because that's the whole wiring harness. When you pull it through, it's got the plug, and it'll have this door and that door hooked to it. So when you get that done, okay, you're more than likely, you might be able to get away with not doing it, but I did it for one reason, just to make sure I could. But you might be able to fish it through there without taking the dash. But that right there has to come off. That little guy right there. Now, he comes off pretty easily. He's not too bad. We'll take a little tour of the plantation here. Okay. This guy just snapped right off. Okay, that's out of the way. And like I say, you might get lucky and be able to fish that through there without taking this center part off. There are tons of videos that show you how to take this off. It's pretty simple. I'll give you just a quick rundown. This comes out. You just use one of your body panel tools and just pop that guy right out. You go up here, and let me get my dash cam out of the way. You go up here, you lift this tray out, and under this tray, you see this tray just lifts out. What's that? 3:30. 3:30. Okay. Thank you. Sorry about the interruption there. But anyway, this lifts out. I got it full of crap, so it's not very easy. But there's a bolt there. You take that bolt out. When you get this guy out, there's a bolt right there. You take it out. You take out there's a bolt right there at the end of my finger. It's going to be uncooperative about focusing, but it's right at the end of my finger. And then there's one on this side. Right at the end of my finger. Yeah, you can see that one. Okay. Those 4 bolts come out. Then this piece all comes out by pulling it straight back. You don't have to lift up on it. It just comes, the snaps just push straight in. You just pull it straight out. And then this piece will come out after that. Silly camera. Come on. Focus issues here.